Alright guys, I just designed my mobile collapsible driveway pop-up tent. So I'm gonna draw it out now. Okay. We got okay. So there's a car. Uh and we have okay. I'll walk through it now. Uh There we go. So that's a headlight, that's a headlight, that's the bottom of the car. The car is like right here. Okay, so the structure of the pop-up tent is that's a center beam, that's a center beam, there's four, that's an outer, that's an outer. Those are the verticals, each one's on a wheel. You can see a little circle drawn for a wheel. Okay, this is a jointed in the center V connection, which can pop out like a table so it will be able to fold. So it bends like that. And you can see there's two of them. One will be nearer to the ground, one will be higher up. They're going to bend downward, and that will enable you to fold these two beams toward each other, just to roll them closer. When you want to fully extend it, you simply pull them away on the wheels. You could pull these two outer two ones away until these two V bars straighten out to fully straight, and then you can slide a pipe over that seam so it doesn't bend again. So it will be just like how a folding table folds up, and then there's a little sliding pipe that locks it in place. And the same thing will apply to this end. There's two V's here, and then there's two V's here. And then there's one V up here separating these two main beams. Now these two vertical main beams are 7 feet tall, and they're the tallest point so that water and snow can flow off this way and this way. This one's 6 feet, so it's going to have a 1 foot pitch. The total width between the main beams will be 5 feet, and then the length is 6 feet. So it's not too big, just big enough to work inside of. 5 feet gives me enough room to sit down inside of here and work on the vehicle, and do whatever I have to do and put any tools I need around me on the ground out here. All the tools can be on a sliding tool chest, and I can put a little air conditioner on a sliding tool tray. By sliding, I mean it will have wheels. So if you want to move this whole setup, you can just roll it to a new spot and then put little wheel locks down. I could have wheel locks that clamp down on the wheels so they don't turn anymore. Eventually, I like to make the wheels robot automated with motors, and it will be able to drive around, but I'm not even going to think about that originally. It's enough challenge just to make this thing, and that's just something cool bonus in the future. Now, these two poles coming off the two center 7-foot bars are kind of like an awning coming off of a restaurant that you can stand outside of waiting for your ride when you walk out of a restaurant. So they just stand out, and then there's a little support bar right there supporting it. That support bar will be able to unhook and fold down, and then this part will be able to fold down. So this whole thing will be able to collapse into a 7-foot tall, fairly small rectangle when it's all ready to be taken down. Now, these little light colored lines forming kind of an arch around the car is just plastic. So I'm just going to have plastic down here. The plastic's going to have two ropes coming off it, and it'll be able to spike down on the other side of the car, just holding it down in the ground, just pulled over the car. So these two pulls will reach out over the top of the car and create some headroom so I can open up the hood or whatever and be able to access what's inside there, but it's going to be all closed in. Now you might be wondering, what if mosquitoes or something fly in under the car and come this way into the tent? So for that I was thinking, rather than try to build a wall underneath the car to connect it all, I would just have a rolled up roll here connected to my tent that can roll out and roll all the way around and then connect over here, like right there. That will just create a wall around the entire outside of the vehicle. And I can just pull that taut, I guess. I don't know, like, I guess I'd have to have vertical bars and like weights on them to hold it tight against the car. So yeah, I'll have to work that out. That will be very important for mosquito season. This line I just drew here is where the electrical feed will go back to the garage. That will just be soft cord that will be just running. I don't know why I drew that, I just figured I'd draw it. So yeah, all this area is open between the two 7-foot verticals. And then right here I drew a dotted line vertically, which represents a zipper. or just an access point. And then here I drew another vertical line representing overlap flap. So you can pull this flap away, unzipper it, and then walk in. And then the flap will just drape over the zippered area. Now that zipper might not be a zipper. It might be right here during the overlap portion of that. We might have magnets. So when the flap closes, it just all sticks together. Although it's probably going to be smart to put a zipper as well. So the magnets can be like, if we're in and out, they'll just kind of keep things shut up from the harsh winds and rain and snow. But if it's really heavy wind and it's coming this way, we need to be able to access the tent and really seal it down, because the magnets will rip apart and just be blowing stuff in. So I'll have a zipper there as well, I think. Or some really strong industrial strength Velcro, which I have on hand. So I can definitely use Velcro there. So I think Velcro would be good. But magnets just to tack it down when I'm in and out. Because there's a lot of walking in and out with any type of mechanical stuff. So I'll be able to put my little chair in here, my creeper underneath the car, a little toolbox here, and then I'm going to hang lights from the two ends going like that. I'm going to hang cord with lights, ballast on them. And those will be, we'll have a combination of normal lights and then also heat lamp lights. We'll turn on a separate switch for each one. We'll put maybe the switch against this pole here. And that will enable me to have a tremendous amount of heat being generated. Maybe we'll put a row of lights along this wall as well. A tremendous amount of heat can be generated to warm me in the winter. And then the normal lights will be important as well, just for well, it's going to be dark in here all year round, whether it's day or night, because the plastic that will be going around this whole assembly will be just black visqueen, VISQUEEN, which is like a really strong tarp plastic, and my dad has some of that in the garage. For all these poles and stuff, I'm planning to use some scrap broken canopy poles that I have in the garage, and whatever else I can find. Like I might be using some rebar for some of these hinges and stuff, and maybe for that I might use some copper pipe, maybe some steel pipe, some galvanized pipe, just any type of pipe I can find. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to be using a lot of tubing. And I think my dad will be pretty mad, because we're looking at 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So that's 30 feet for the main ones, and then for these V-taper ones, I think rebar should be fine. That's another 510, 612, 510. So we're looking at 30 feet of pipe. That's a lot. And then, but like I said, I got some piping from that broken canopy, so I might be able to use up a lot of that. So it might not be too bad. 510, 510, that's two 10-footers, and then 612, that's three. I think I have three 10-footers of rebar, and then like these miscellaneous, that could be rebar too, or some of that broken canopy piping. So yeah, I think we could scrape this together with just materials we have in hand, and then the visqueen, no problem. The Velcro, no problem. The wheels, I've been thinking about quite a bit. I mean, theoretically, you could say I could 3D print some plastic wheels. They're going to need to have a bracket system built around them. So like, just like a grocery cart. That's a wheel system right there. Even this one should be like that. So that way it can be swivel wheels. That's important. The wheels also need to be like 6 inches in diameter. So we're looking at 3 inch radius. Like office chair wheels would not be good enough because I want to be able to roll the wheels of this thing through the grass, through mud, through snow. It's got to be some big beefy wheels. So we need something substantial for that. These brackets and the wheels, I guess I could make all of that out of 3D pen and fiberglass and epoxy. So yeah, I guess that's the entire design then. We can get started on it right away. I have 3.5 hours that I can actually work on this project. So I have no idea how much I'll get done. But yeah, we're gonna make our own wheels. There's no way I'm gonna buy wheels. Screw that. I don't buy anything. So what do you guys think? A new project. This is brand new. Underway. I love it. This has been a project. I was originally going to build a whole backyard garage workshop. Now this is my portable mini garage with heating, electric, lighting, and air conditioning. It's going to have it all. It's going to be fairly secure, private. I can work in here all day long. Have a comfy chair, all my tools, everything's in there, and I can set up a little stand, mount a laptop in there, mount my webcams in there. Don't have to worry about the rain or anything. I can work in the rain, doesn't matter. It's perfect. And I can run my Ethernet and my electrical feed and just set it up. When I want to take it down, I can just collapse the side walls and just draw it in, and then collapse the center walls and draw them in some. And just kind of have it then hugging tight against the vehicle. I don't have to put everything away. Just have it kind of smaller. And I can tie it all off. Clamp the wheels down. Good to go. I think we got a winner here, guys. I'm excited. This is amazing. So I'll be able to work on vehicles all the time. And I have a lot of work to do. I just got a notice that my vehicle registration is due. And once every 2 years, you have to get an emissions test in order to be qualified to get your vehicle registration renewed. Well, you can't do an emissions test unless if your car is in perfect working order. They'll check for any check engine lights. You got to have everything fixed. And I'm nowhere near that. My car is not even drivable. My wife totaled it in a major car accident. It was towed to my house, and it's sat at my house ever since. It's been about 4.5 months that it's just been sitting. And I have no idea. I'm not going to try to explain why I didn't work on it this whole time. I mean, I guess you could say a lot of my time that were work on car related days were me planning, blueprinting, etc. in my workshop, working through the details with my dad, creating drawings of it, filing for a building permit for it, doing all the building permit research. You know, I put in 30 hours into that. So that's why 30 hours didn't get put into fixing my car, which would have gone a long way. So yeah, and then I had to design this mobile collapsible tent. But well, once we get that tent going, we're gonna be off to the races. So what's past is past, and it is what it is. But We got this, guys. No problem. Everything is okay. I'm excited. This is a cart style workshop for cars. Because I cannot put them in a garage, and I cannot build a workshop, and I can't build a portable canopy tent shelter. That's illegal. This is my last recourse, and it's a brilliant one. And the best part is I can collapse it and slide it right into the garage on wheels whenever I'm done working. No problem, no questions asked. I can find a place in the garage where I know exactly where I'll put it. Everything will be great. So it's game on. I'm excited. We got this, guys. We can fully do this. Absolutely. So first things first, 7-foot pole. Let me just start getting materials then. Be back.